Yo, what's good in the hood? It's September 18th, another walk and talk. Glad to have you. I'm the Truth Wizard. I'll cut the formalities and get right to it. It's been a entertaining week around the world, diplomatically, socially, assassinations, cancellations. We live in the age of crises, and I want to clarify some things today. That's the point of this video. I couldn't have not made it, as if I haven't already talked about it enough that we're cooked. Look at the stock market, which is heavily inflated, and the dollar is not the reserve currency. That's what they did in 2008. They flocked to that. Now it's gold. Look at trade commodities all over the world. So before we get into all that, appreciate your support. Like and subscribe. Steve Breedlove, Daniel Ching coming through. 50, 65, just really keeping this community alive. Some of you really appreciate that. I need that in the comments. Say, I appreciate you for donating to the Truth Wizard, a community of realists who understand our predicament is unsolvable. Yeah, there are some of you, notably Jacob, who thinks that we're going to build some new civilization, who obviously needs to get re-educated on physics and understand that we don't survive in a 3-degree world. I would go so far as to say, back up and read The Uninhabitable Earth. Never thought I'd recommend a David Wallace Wells piece, but here we are in the age of stupid. Not you, Jacob, just a little bit in denial. I was there too for years, in my late 20s. Then realizing it's an energy problem which can't be solved by conventional means, unless these aliens who bounce Hellfire missiles can give us Men in Black technology that deletes our memory and reformats us worldwide.
Investigator reporting on the planet. Go ahead, read the New York Times if you want to. They get lucky sometimes. Thanks, Manny.
Cannot believe you're looking for tips in the supermarket tabloids.
Not looking for. Found.
Tap water.
All right, Beatrice. There was no alien. Flash of light you saw in the sky was not a UFO. Swamp gas from a weather balloon was trapped in a thermal pocket and refracted the light from Venus.
We can't even handshake at soccer games, like between India and Pakistan. They're blaming that against the rules. An absurd world we live in, but you get my point. We can't communicate. There was a movie about that called Arrival or something, where they're trying to make a language for everybody to understand, especially here on this platform, giving you Diary of a CEO recommendations and, the manosphere. Grow up, man. Okay, no more cringe. I'll see you in Valhalla. Just kidding. So yeah, Jacob, go back and study basic physics and realize that the food web that we rely on in the oceans and on land cannot adapt quickly to rapid environmental change. It's the equivalent of an asteroid or comet hitting the Earth, but it's in slow motion, and will reach 4.5, 5, 6, 10 degrees Celsius, reduced through the bottleneck to live around the Arctic Circle. Some of you are kind of bored with this, but it's funny when you start a channel. It's so funny, isn't it? Ooh, full of victim mindset, this narcissistic world. At the core is a denial of accountability and victim mindset. That is what it boils down to. You just hear these people talk and you're like, do you have any self-awareness at all what you're saying? That it's not all about you? No. Just like children. Never grew up. I shall not speak down no longer. The more conscious you are, probably the more alone you are. Yeah, I had a spiritual guru girl say that here recently. She's not wrong. So, landlord's coming by next weekend. Gonna do some work. Septic pump tomorrow. Applying for maybe an internship with an EV charging company, because why not? We're in the collapse, writing it down. Absurdism, that's the concept. Have fun with it. Culture jamming. You can tell I'm a little delirious off work. It's finally the weekend. So, thanks for tuning in. I realize I repeat myself often, but that's what they all do. I don't really get in the weeds with the scientific papers as much as I should. No, I'm not wearing sunglasses. I'm just squinting at you. Other channels do a much better job at that. You know who I'm talking of. Your health is important. One of my best friend's roommate wrote a lengthy post, which I shall not share on here, but I'm surprised you're subscribed for as long as you are. I'm honored. Didn't get to talk much when I met you, but it was, you know, odd timing. Joseph Farkas, just really on point writing in his social media. I'm not gonna expose him too much here. There's probably a few Josephs out there. About, you know, just our values in collapse, how we manage and handle ourselves, taking responsibility, trying to be the most upright, head screwed on correctly people. Self-awareness is key to unlocking joy, because if you know yourself, you know what you like, what you don't like, how to treat others, not fly off the handle. Take responsibility for your actions. Narcissists are never wrong. They're the gods of all the knowledge. Okay, no more cringe. I appreciate you guys. If you need another reminder, I just posted on my community feed a video I did called Living in the End Times Together 2025. I was on this stream of consciousness and for 15 minutes just blared out everything that was on my noggin and the Truth Wizard's understanding of peer-reviewed literature and scientific evidence as I've been following it closely over the years. We are going in the right direction, and I do mean that for everything. For geopolitical stances between the world is at a crossroads now. Which superpower will be in choice? I am channeling some Ray Dalio, who admits climate change is a major factor. I'll give him that. Droughts, floods, wildfires, mass migration, people. I mean, it's going to affect society. And the polarization is so intense right now, inside countries, outside in the world, a competition for geopolitical dominance. All to say, yeah, it really all is streaming in the wrong direction. And if you're on here to try to look for good news, then you can see your way out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. This isn't a channel about good news. Stop trying to influence people. Just let them do their thing. Be a sovereign entity in the universe. Whose right says you? Yeah? Yeah, I know, you can take that extent too far. Say you're complaining and not observations or any data based on truth. That's why you just walk away when you can't agree on basic reality. And that's where we're going with this Civil War complex. This only leads to conflict. Okay, you still following me? A lot of word salad today. I appreciate you guys. I repeat the same things over, but I've been meaning to do this video all week. I won't bore you with graphs and data and, you know, it was the hottest summer ever recorded in Spain, who apparently owes New York a lot of electricity, or we're getting some from them. I don't even know how that works. That's literally the kind of talk I hear working with men is just, you know, I don't like to dig into conspiratorial shit, but let's just keep the gravy train going. We know where this leads. And the emphasis here was, we don't rebuild a civilization when Earth is uninhabitable, Jacob. If you want to spend a few years compiling data on how we can actually adapt our modern way of living, all 8 billion of us, in a world that's 3 degrees Celsius warmer, be my guest. You ain't got much time. I have little faith. So that goes without saying. Got some looky-loos here. I gotta get to the grocery store. Winded. Thank you for being here, donating, being a part of the cause of assessing who we are as meat bags in the fucking collapse, when it's hard to determine, you know, what really matters when everything is about money. We've been reduced to a value system based on money. And you know, it's no wonder all this shit keeps going, that people don't just walk out the door and have psychotic breakdowns. That's why we have religion to explain these things, because some things are just, we didn't need vocabulary for, right? So Sky Daddy, yeah, all the way. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you next week, hopefully.